Hey guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, FredMcCoy.com, and my beautiful wife is behind the camera.
Your side. Thank you though. Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
It's going to be an interesting video, guys. Very controversial. Some of our viewers like that kind of video. You know, when you're correcting things, it's pretty hard to correct somebody or do any kind of correction without being controversial, because you're going against what somebody has said.
Okay.
When Sheila and I go against what somebody says, we usually like to show proof.
Yep.
And we usually make it easy on the person to pick their poison. You can continue to believe what you've heard. You can continue to watch, or you can say, hey, we've had enough. Now, this topic is going to be on a video that was just made by Hillbilly Files. Now, we've talked about Hillbilly Files a couple of times, and Hillbilly Files has talked about us several times. I'll try to go by my script here so I don't go over things twice.
Okay.
And I'll probably still do, but you know, there's a first question is why, with our little measly 300 to 400 views that we usually get on our videos, why would anybody be jealous of us? Why would anybody want to attack us? Now, once before we was talking about trolls, and we just don't understand it. Now, what I'm going to here, and I'm going to play you a video,
okay,
and then we'll pick up on the other side.
From a real investigation. If y'all have watched the channel for a while, you know that we have been known to get our Scooby-Doo on from time to time. You know, we like to dig into something and, you know, do some investigating and that sort of thing. And, you know, where most YouTube channels, you know, they do their works from, you know, from behind their desk, you know, or a library, a museum, a newspaper archive. You know, we use all those too, obviously. But until you get out there and you get some boots on the ground, it's not the same thing. You know, you can't find a lost historic site, you know, combing through an archive. At some point, someone has to get out there and climb the 13-story mountain, which is what I've got scheduled today, and go find this lost site. Go look. Go see if you can find what you're looking for.
So that opening video there was Leo. Now, I'm not going to be like these other people. I'm a Marine, grown man, and if you're going to talk about somebody, be man enough to call them by name. Let's just tell it like it is, instead of referring to pictures on the wall and museums. Let's get it out there on the table. That's what I like. I like to be straightforward. If you're going to be like that, because at the end of this video, you're going to find out. You know, Sheila and I, our goal in starting this channel and doing these videos was to correct history, finally.
Right.
Finally, get out there and tell the true history on either side, no matter, let the chips fall where they may. Some people says, well, you don't tell as bad stuff on the McCoys. Guys, the Kentucky McCoys was not as bad as the West Virginia Hatfields. I'm sorry. They were victims.
Yeah.
Devil Lance was a bully, and we won't go into that, but it's hard to, we're not going to make stuff up on either party to make them look better or worse. But Randall McCoy was not that bad of a man. He's the victim here. Yeah. But instead of making videos up, you know how you tell if somebody's a YouTuber or in it for the money? First you look and see how many channels they've got. How many YouTube channels does this person have? Well, you got this, 6 or 7 channels, and you're making money from each one of them. So you've got to produce. You've got to show videos. You've got to have videos to show. Do you make stuff up along the way? Do you get in a hurry and instead of doing the research, you just tell whatever you want to? Because that's what I have found. Now, I've also found at least one good video, because as I was doing our research today, I see where Sheila and I brag. on Hillbilly Files. Good job.
And we did.
And whatever the video was, they must have done a good job on it because we're actually bragging on them.
Yeah.
Now, we've also called them out on certain things that they were incorrect on.
Right.
About the feud. They've never corrected us, so they must have been incorrect. And they were, because we proved it with documentation. But we're not going to make stuff up. The thing about us, the reason we're in a museum, we do a lot of our filming here, is you're going to see downstairs in a minute, that's where a lot of our information is. That's our vault. That is our information.
Yeah, but we've also went to graveyards and different things
they're
as well.
going to see that.
Okay.
They're going to see that. Our goal has always been to educate with proof and documentation. Where is our proof and documentation? It's in the museum. Sheila and I did videos. You know, it's funny that when Leo was standing there looking over the mountain there, he's talking about what a beautiful scenery it is. Sheila and I did the same thing on a video that we did there. We're holding the camera out the window as we're driving along.
Yeah.
We also show a coal bank as we go by it. Leo shows this same coal bank. Coincidence? Could be. We don't think so. Now, not going to talk in riddles. I've done said this.
Okay.
If we're going to talk, let's call each other by name. Let's tell each other what we think if we have to. Again, I don't know why anybody would attack us. Boy, Sheila gets 300 or 400 views to a video if she gets that.
It's all good.
I know that because I've always said I don't care if there's one. As long as there's one person watching our videos, then that is one person that's out there that knows the truth, that knows the true history of what happened. And that's good for me.
Yeah, that's right. We wasn't expecting a whole lot.
He makes statements about the museum, and we know from past comments who Leo's referring to, him and Jack, and there's another gentleman that they've actually talked in front of that they've commented about us. So it's no secret who they're talking about. The difference is we don't beat around the bush. I see you, babe. I see you, but once again, these people that's drawing first blood, these people that's poking the bear, I'm a Marine. Guys, you can, Leo can kick me in the ankle, I'm going for the throat. Leo can punch me in the shoulder, I'm going for the throat. Leo can punch me in the face, I'm going for the throat. That's what Marines do. You go for the throat. We're not there to spar back and forth. And when we get done with this video, you're going to see my proof, and you're going to see why I sound frustrated, because I have worked all day on this.
Yes.
I've probably spent $200 worth of ink on Sheila's computer printing stuff out. Not for me, because I know where it's at. I know where to find it.
Yeah.
But it's for you guys in the video.
Yeah.
To let you see. You know, Sheila and I loves nothing more than to prove our case.
That's right.
We've always been like that. Through court cases or whatever I had, Sheila would always help me. We would work together. And that's the same way we do with the Hatfield McCoy stuff. If you're man enough to talk about somebody, be man enough to name their names. Leo says the site he is going to has never been recorded before. Let's stop there and let's play you a clip.
Now the thing about today, the good thing about today, even if I don't find the two particular headstones, the stones that I'm looking for, right? Even if I don't find them, this video will still carry some measure of significance, because the site that I'm going to has never been recorded before. This is a first, any way this goes.
Now I want you to remember those words. Please remember those words. This is a first. Nobody's ever recorded this location that Leo's going to. Remember those words. Second of all, he says it's going to be of some significance. He knows there's significance there because he's watched our video. Let's watch the next part.
I was in two cars. But anyhow, like I said, we are in Devon, West Virginia, in Mingo County. And I'm here today to bring you another unseen and mostly unknown historic location that holds some amazing Hatfield and McCoy feud history. If you're new to the channel, we'll do a brief rundown real quick. The Hatfield-McCoy feud involved two rival families.
Going back to Leo saying that the site's never been recorded before, we have a feeling he knows better. We know he watches our videos because they've commented on our videos before. They've commented on the museum, they've commented on different things, so we know that. Just like when they do Hatfield-McCoy videos, we watch theirs. Either somebody will text us, message us, but they tell us, especially when there's something on there that they know is incorrect and they want us to see it. Yep. So people do tell us. So we do watch their videos when it pertains to Hatfield and McCoy. Anything else, we don't know if they're telling you correct or not. I mean, if you guys want to watch things for entertainment, that's good, that's great. Definitely entertaining. But if you're wanting the truth or wanting history on stuff, I'd be leery, or I'd do my own research, because Sheila and I have found them to be so inconsistent, so inaccurate on many things dealing with the Hatfield-McCoy feud, that do they just make it up to make a video and rather than do the research? You're going to see a lot of the research that they done on a couple of these videos come from Sheila and I. You're going to see that. That's not spoken out of the air. I'm not speaking that in the history. I'm going to show you proof. And we'll prove it at the end of the video by showing who's copying whose videos. Leo says you got to get out of the museum and places. You got to get out and do videos. And that's true. People do enjoy that. But our goal is correcting history. Our goal is correcting things, and we can do that from right here. We do go to cemeteries. We do go on scenes. But you'll see. Let's look at that in a minute with proof. That comes toward the end of the video, and that's what's going to either persuade you we know what we're talking about and we've been mischaracterized, or we're not. Big difference in doing video for money and is just history. History is what we want. Guys, Sheila and I are retired. Yep. We sold everything we have. What we didn't sell, we gave to our grandchildren and children. That's it. The family, the McCoy family, is in on the museum. Our part of it is our grandchildren and our children's. We don't make a lot of money, but we can survive on our retirements. We don't depend on a YouTube video making as fewer views as we get. That's not the amount. In fact, we would give that to charity if we can come up with a good charity. It's only a few dollars a month. We don't get the views. The sad part about not getting the views is the history's not getting out there. The correction is not getting out there. At the end of this video, if you think we proved our point here and proved our case, please share our videos. Please share them. If you believe in us, share the videos with other people and ask them to share. That's the only way we're ever going to get the corrections out, is from you guys. It's not, we've done our part. We've put it out there, and it's up to you guys to share it and help us spread it. We're retired. Museums LLC, it's incorporated, and the other family members are in on it. That's why I don't care to speak up. That's why I don't care. It took us all these years for Sheila and I to retire, get rid of everything, and then say, hey, now we can talk. Now we can tell the history. Guys, I don't want to go there. She's looking at me, but I was a cop for 40 years. Okay. Talking about landmarks, if you want to watch the videos we show, you will see we always give directions to where we are going and the landmarks. There's one part of the video there, show you here in a minute, where he's going by the Steel Cemetery, and he says, oh yeah, that's one of the landmarks right there. I'm getting close to where I'm going. Well, go watch mine and Sheila's video after a while, and you'll see where that landmark come in. Sheila and I, we go do videos. We'll film it there or coming out one to let people see where it's at in case you want to go see where we've been. That's what it's all about, is sharing. But We want people to find our places. At times, we have even stated this would be a great place or a cemetery for YouTubers to do a video. You know, we've done that. We've done that. I remember at the Scott Cemetery, Julius Scott Cemetery, there at the bottom of Blackberry Mountain, Hatfield McCoy Mountain, whatever you want to call it. Sheila and I doing a video. We were there for one story, the Polly Hatfield story, and Julius Scott. Polly Hatfield was the sister to my great-grandmother, Nancy Hatfield. Polly Hatfield was her sister. She married Julius Scott. That's who that cemetery is named after. And we even, while we're doing that video, we make a comment. And I say this would be a great place for another YouTuber to come because there's all kinds of stories here. We don't care who does the story. We like to get the information out. Let people enjoy the history as long as it's correct. We don't expect them to say, you know, we don't care to give people the locations or tell them how to get there and all other YouTubers, but we don't expect them to say that they're the ones that found it or they're the only ones that's ever been there or done a video on that place. That's not right. That's how we found these photos. You know, there's two people, Agnes and Ron. Both of them, I think, are from Michigan, two different families. Ron's kin to the Frank Phillips family, and Agnes is kin to the Mayhorns. Pronounce it as you will. It's been both ways. But
both ways, yeah.
Agnes, in fact, on our video, when we're up there, we're talking to Agnes on the phone.
Yep.
And it's actually sad. Why would you be upset with us or jealous of our few views? But, you know, we don't go out and find all these places. We count on other people. And they call us. Agnes, one of the sweetest people you ever talked to. Ron, same way. These people call and tell us. Here's Frank Phillips Jr.'s grave. Here's where he's at. And Agnes tells us where Vicey Hatfield's at, Wall's daughter, and so forth. Pliant and Doc.
Yep.
These people tell us. We don't go out and find them. They have to help us. Let's watch a clip.
On New Year's night in 1888, when several members of the Hatfield clan surrounded Randolph McCoy's cabin in Kentucky and started shooting. They just opened fire. The cabin was set on fire, and as they ran out of the burning building, two of Randall's children were shot and killed. Alifair and Calvin McCoy and Randolph's wife Sarah were severely beaten and left for dead. And Governor Simon Bolivar Buckner appointed Bad Frank Phillips to lead this posse. Now, the posse illegally crossed into West Virginia and captured 8 members of the Hatfield clan and brought them back to Kentucky to stand trial. One of those men was Pliant Mahan and his brother Doc Mahan.
Guys, on that, let's just reply to illegally entered West Virginia.
Okay.
At that time, it wasn't illegal. West Virginia was just incorporated, was just turned into a state in 1863 during the Civil War. There had never been nothing like this where they had gone from one state to the other to bring people back. That's why this case went to the United States Supreme Court. And once the Supreme Court ruled on it, then they said, hey, you can't do that anymore. Okay, let's read that.
Okay.
Valentine is the brother of Devlance Hatfield and also died in prison for his debatable involvement. Debatable involvement.
Well,
Sure, if the brothers went to prison for Alifair's death. Sure, if the brothers went to prison for Alifair's death or the McCoy boys' death, but the cabin raid started it. They're not sure if the brothers went to prison for Alifair's death or the McCoy boys' death. Well, let's just stop right here and we'll show you. Now guys, this is why Sheila and I do a lot of our videos from the museum. This is where the important stuff is at. And you know that old saying, that guy asked him, said, why do you rob banks? That guy said, that's where the money's at. What do y'all do? Videos from the museum. That's where the information's at. You know, this is, I don't know who it is. It's on Leo's video, so it's probably Leo or his wife. But they said they're not sure what Doc and Pliant Mayhorn was in prison for. They're not sure. Well, it's not that hard to research it. In fact, we've done videos on it. But let's look right here. This is the 1882 indictment, Pike County indictment warrant for these 20 men. These are the 20 guys charged of willful murder. These are the guys that lined up on the riverbank of the Tug River and shot and killed the 3 McCoy boys as they was tied naked to 3 trees. Let's see here without reading every name. Doc Mayhorn.
Yeah.
Pliant Mayhorn. M-A-Y-H-O-R-N. Mayhorn. Now it's also called Mayhon. So let's clarify that. These guys were not in prison for the cabin massacre. They wasn't at the cabin massacre. Doc and Pliant wasn't at the cabin massacre. Tell you somebody else that wasn't at the cabin massacre was Wall Hatfield. Now, you know, this person said up there, said it's Valentine Wall Hatfield's involvement is debatable. Anything's debatable if you want to make it debatable, but if you want the truth, you look at the documentation. Here's the documentation, and there's Valentine Hatfield. Valentine Hatfield, my friends, was in prison for kidnapping. He helped Devil Anse take the 3 McCoy boys away from the constables, and he was there on the riverbank when they shot and killed him. Now, somewhere in here, and that's why we like the museum, because the great-grandson or somebody that says that his grandfather was not involved. He done that newspaper article. I really don't want to go there, do I? Here it is. Great-grandson says, and this is on any Facebook page, tells the Bluefield Daily Telegraph that he's still searching for answers, that his grandfather was innocent. He wasn't even at the cabin. That's true. That's how you put up a smoke screen. He wasn't at the cabin massacre. He wasn't in prison for being at the cabin massacre. He was in prison for helping to kidnap and kill 3 McCoy boys. We're not on that subject.
Okay.
Meany said turn himself in. You know, even in this video, the next video we're going to show, I think, he mentions about them arresting the Hatfields over in West Virginia. And all through that History Channel movie, we've done a video on it. But it's right here at us somewhere. Sheila probably knows better than I do.
What is it now?
The bounty paper for Frank Phillips, where he collected a bounty when they turned it'd be on Wall Hatfield's board, wherever Wall's at.
Let's see. Right here's Wall's board. That's where the...
Yeah, here's Frank Phillips. Look right here, guys. Right in here somewhere. She'll hold it there, and you might have to stop your screen. And History Channel's wrong again. The miniseries shows Valentine Wall Hatfield having discussed with his brother. He's telling his brother he's going to turn himself in, and they'll collect no bounty on me. But yet, on the 7th day of March, 1888, 2 months after the killing of Jim Vance, Frank Phillips collected $100 bounty from the courts. And there's the receipts where they paid Frank Phillips the bounty. Okay. Now let's watch another clip.
From Kentucky delivered Mahon and 7 others to the jail in West Virginia.
Leo's saying that Frank Phillips and them, after they arrested Wall Hatfield and the bunch, that they delivered them to the jail in West Virginia. No, the Kentucky posse didn't have anything to do with West Virginia law. They were from Kentucky, and they took there was 9 of them in all. They took them to Pike County Jail for the night, and the next day, Randall McCoy, Jim McCoy, Frank Phillips, 4 or 5 other ones, escorted the men to Louisville, Kentucky for safekeeping. That's when the Louisville Courier-Journal interviewed Selkirk, Wall Hatfield, different ones. Go ahead.
Here's Selkirk's interview right there.
Yeah, she put that in her story the other day where Selkirk said
Yep.
that
he's the cleverest man he ever knew, and nothing doing, that he got even with you when he got mad at you.
talking about Devil Ants.
Yeah.
And that's the Louisville Courier-Journal. So he didn't take them to a jail in West Virginia. They took them to a jail in Pike County, and then took them from Pike County to Louisville until it was time to stand trial, and then they brought them back to Pike County, and the courthouse is still there today. I used to try a bunch of cases when I worked in Pike County in that old courthouse. Okay.
The Supreme Court got involved, okay? Now, their decision, the court acknowledged that Mahan was taken without warrant or other legal process, arrested by a body of armed men from Kentucky, and by force and against his will, conveyed out of the state.
Okay, guys, let's discuss that a little bit. We're going to stop it here in a minute because we've got to go to the other part. Yeah. But let's discuss one of them here. Leo says that they said that it was without cause, without warrant from Kentucky. They just took them by force from their state. Guys, this right here, once again, is a Pike County Circuit Court document dated September 14, 1882, charges willful murder. This document contains the names of those indicted for murdering the 3 McCoy boys at the pawpaw trees. Yep. 3 West Virginia McCoys indicted for the killing of their own cousins. There's 3 McCoys on there. Yeah. Some people says the Hatfields lived in West Virginia, McCoys lived in Kentucky. Well, there's your 3 McCoys that actually lived in West Virginia and actually shot and killed, was involved in killing 3 of their cousins because they belonged to the Hatfield gang. That's a Kentucky indictment warrant for willful murder. Now, we'll pick you up on the other side. Here's your other bits of proof. That is a proclamation by the governor. $500 reward. And that was for Devil Ants and all of those 20 men that's listed on that indictment in there. When Simon Buckner became the 30th governor of Kentucky, that's the first thing he done was put out a reward. Now the indictment, some people says, well, the warrants were reissued. No warrants were reissued. They don't have to be. They're there indefinite. In fact, Devil Ants and Cap had warrants on them from Kentucky for murder when they died. So the warrants were good. That's only a proclamation for a $500 reward on each one of them that was added to the indictment warrants that was already issued.
Vicey was married to Pliant Mahan on December 13th of 1877, who was convicted along with her father and several others for the murder of Alifair McCoy during the Hatfield-McCoy feud.
And guys, once again, you know, when you go pointing these fingers at people like Leo has, you've got 3 fingers and a thumb pointing back at you. Again, that's as frivolous as saying Devil Ants Hatfield died with $7 million, is what he said once. That's as frivolous as the photo, the thumbnail that they show of Homer and Pat McCoy as if it's Uriah and Aunt Betty, my great-great-grandparents. That's incorrect information. That's just totally false. The Mayhorn brothers did not go to prison for killing Alifair McCoy. They went to prison for their involvement in shooting the 3 McCoy boys on the indictment. I can't be no more clear, and I won't insult your intelligence and beat a dead horse, but you can see why I get frustrated, because it's so easy to tuck these men to a West Virginia jail. The Mayhorns was convicted of killing Alifair. That's not true. That's incorrect.
Her family are not extremely well documented as far as gravestones and so on. So today, we are going to actually go out and try to find Pliant's headstone and Vicey's, and maybe Doc too. To be honest with you guys, we aren't really sure who is up here, but I can guarantee you that today is going to be very, very, very interesting.
That's an interesting statement to make. Very, very interesting. We don't know who's up there, but we know that it's going to be very, very, very interesting. Think about that. Then after a while, at the end of this video, when I show you some stuff, you may know where he gets that from. You may figure out that maybe he has a clue as to who's up there. We'll see.
We know that Vicey is white. Pliant's white. We know she has one. It has marbles in it. And so I'm kind of on the lookout for that one.
Well, we know it's got marbles in it. All right, let's go to the next one.
Vicey, this is it. This is it. There's Vicey. Yeah, that's her. That is her right there. V-I-C-Y. We found her.
You know, guys, that's interesting. He needs an Academy Award because he's done seen the video. He knew exactly where it was at, and the gentleman that was with him was looking around everywhere else. And anyway, we won't go there, but you'll see what I'm talking about later.
That is it. That is it. You wouldn't believe how much effort it took to find this. 2 solid days. I came over here once before. This ain't my first time looking for this grave.
Hey, really, you're lucky that I was home.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Yes, I was, because I would not have found this graveyard. There's no way. I saw the other one going up, one with the handrail thing. I was going to check that one. But wow, that is really cool, man.
No way he would have found it. And then he says, you found it. And the guy says, no, you found it. He wanted to act like somebody else had found it, like it wasn't that obvious. Again, I could be wrong. I don't believe I am. At the end of the video, I'll show you why I believe this.
Yeah, you'd never find this if you didn't know where it was at, would you? Ain't no way.
Never find this if you didn't know where it was at. What a comment. You know how Sheila and I knew where it was at? Agnes. Agnes called and told us.
Yep.
Guys, we don't have but a couple hundred views on our video that we done. You'll see how long ago it was when we done this video. That's how they got their video. They watched our video and they knew where to go and how to find it. We didn't find it. Sheila and I did. And he's exactly right. You never find it if you didn't know where it was at. Somebody like us. Now, he said a while ago, nobody's ever been to this cemetery or something like that. Well, yeah, there's family been there because somebody's burying people. So they know where that cemetery, so people knows where the cemetery's at. But knowing that Vicey was there, that came from Agnes. All of our credit, gratitude goes to Agnes.
Yeah,
nothing Sheila and I did other than walk up that hill. In fact, if you're watching that video, that's probably about the last cemetery we have been to. I got a bad back. I've had surgery, and I got 3 pins in my back, and I got up there and my leg actually, my back and my leg went out on me, and that was a scary feeling, thinking Sheila was going to have to carry me off that hill or do something, because I was stranded, and it is a tall hill. Anyway, let's move on. We're almost done, guys. Leo's last comment that I got off that computer was, or off his movie was, this is how you do it, guys. You can't find this on a computer. You can find it on another YouTuber's channel, though. You can find it on another YouTuber's channel. Now let's show you something here. Let's just take them. Come over here, Sheila.
Oh, okay.
This is the Hillbilly Files.
Yeah.
9 months ago, Phillips Cemetery.
Okay.
Doing a story on Bad Frank Phillips's son, Frank Jr.
Okay.
And this is Kemper, Kentucky. Ron from Michigan was the one that gave us the information.
He
told
is
us
so
where,
sweet.
Yes, he is. Told us where this cemetery was.
Yep.
There's Leo pointing at the cemetery up there in the hill.
Yep.
He's exactly right.
Yep.
Now, once again, I want you to look. Frank Phillips Cemetery, 9 months ago.
Okay.
9 months ago. Let's look at this. This is Hatfield McCoy Museum and Adventures. Bad Frank Sr. and Bad Frank Jr. This is the cemetery. 1 year ago. Now, we've only got 908 views. They got 26,000 views. We've got 900. Is that incredible?
Wow.
We done this a year ago. But when Leo does that video, he acts like, oh, he just researched it. He just found that right out of the blue. 1 year ago.
Yep.
This is our channel there. That's the Hatfield McCoy Museum channel. We done it a year ago. Leo done it 9 months ago. Let's go to Godey here. He's talking about, this was just 2 days ago. 2 days ago, Godey's historical store location. On scene, Browning. He's talking about the on scene Browning monument. Sissy Browning and her husband, who was the daughter of Nancy Hatfield Steele. And she's the one that Godey bought the business from.
Mike, yeah.
Here they are. They've already, 2 days ago, they've got 6,000 views. Now, we're not going after them. They came after us. But they've got 6,000 views, and they done this 2 days ago, and Leo says that they found it. They can't believe that they found the on-scene Browning monument 2 days ago. You won't believe what we just found across from the old store 9 months ago. Hatfield and McCoy Museum. That's Sheila and I. That's Sheila and I at the Browning Cemetery up above Godey's store 9 months ago. We got 1,100 views. Wow. But 1,100 people saw that. And if they saw our video and then they saw Leo's 2 days ago, they know he's full of crap because they know that's not on scene. Sheila and I found that and made a video on that 9 months ago. Here's 1 week ago. The Steele Family Cemetery at Beach Creek. Hillbilly Files, 1 week ago.
Okay.
He's got 4,000 views already in 11 days. Here's Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, 6 months ago. Exploring Beach Creek, Nancy Hatfield Steele grave. Traveling Beach Creek, 7 months ago. 7 months ago. This is mine and Sheila's videos.
Yep.
Sheila, 7 months ago. No Nancy Steele. We was looking for Nancy Steele at that time. Nancy's actually on private property. Nancy Steele, there's the Steele Cemetery. So once again, there they are. 11 days ago, they done a video that we have done 9 months ago. But he says, hey, you can't find this on a computer. You can't do this in a museum. Well, evidently, we're not in a museum all the time, are we?
No.
Bury the Hatchet, June the 13th, 2024. 2 months ago.
Okay.
2 months ago. Burying the Hatchet, Hatfields and McCoys, June the 13th. 2 months ago.
Okay.
7,000 views 2 months ago. We have got 2,000 views. And we done this video 1 year ago. Go to Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures on YouTube. You'll see it.
Yeah.
You'll find these videos.
Yeah.
Willis Hatfield and Jim McCoy unite. There's the famous guys. 1 year ago it says, but that's who our museum is after. We're in Liberty, Kentucky. Jim McCoy died. I could almost throw a rock if I had a good bag from here to the hospital.
Right.
Jim McCoy died right down here. He lived here in Liberty. This is where he died. That's why we like this place so good, because of the history and him signing the treaty, that being Jimmy Wolford's grandfather and us being friends with Jimmy Wolford like we were and his family. Let's go to the next one. Hillbilly Files. August the 2nd, 3 weeks ago, VP candidate J.D. Vance. He told some people that we copied off him. We had made a video after he did on J.D. Vance 3 weeks ago. Here, guys, meet our new pick for president, J.D. Vance. 1 month ago. 1 month ago. That's 3 weeks ago. This is 1 month. So he done it about a week and a half after we did.
Right.
Hatfield McCoy Museum. But there we are doing a video on J.D. Vance.
Yep.
When we done the video the same day, whatever day it was.
They picked him and then we come and done it.
You're exactly right. Whatever day Trump picked him and named him as his vice president, I liked him because he's a Marine. Marines, you'll find out in life, stick together. This is the one he done today, 15 hours ago. Already got 3,000 views.
Good.
15 hours ago, Hillbilly Files. Looking for Vicey Hatfield, finding lost dog-compliant Mayhorn. Now, he tells you before he goes up on the hill there that it's going to be spectacular. It's going to be
very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what's up on that hill, but it's going to be extraordinary, he says. Yeah, he did. He knew what was up on that hill, and here's why. We found Vicey Hatfield Mayhorn, daughter of Wall Hatfield. We only got 1,400 views in 6 months. Hatfield McCoy Museum and Adventures. We got 1,400 views. They've already in 15 hours got 3,700 views. And they want to attack us? They have to make us look bad for them to look good? Nah. Now you gotta get out and work, guys. You can't lie on these videos because you come back to you. We found Vicey Hatfield 6 months ago.
Yep.
Nancy Hatfield still 9 months ago. That's when we was looking for Nancy. We found Vicey Hatfield 6 months ago, 1,400 views, and so forth. Here's Wall Hatfield's record. They was showing on that thing today. They were showing Wall Hatfield. I got a ballast going out. They was showing Wall Hatfield's record for being in prison and stuff. What he went to Kentucky State Prison when he died in there. Sheila and I done videos. We went to Frankfurt. We went to the state prison where he was at, where he's actually buried in the parking lot at, and done a video. And there's his record, his criminal record. Here's, we're almost done, but here's one retracing the life and times of Cotton Top. 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Why didn't Devil Ants rescue Cotton Top? 1 year ago. This is Hatfield McCoy Museum.
Yeah.
This is mine and Sheila's.
Right.
Sheila's and mine.
Right.
Interesting graves we came across. Julia Scott Cemetery in Hardy, Kentucky.
Okay.
Feud descendant. 9 days ago. Hillbilly Files. 4,200 views. Preacher Ants Hatfield's daughter, Polly Hatfield Scott. 525 views. Hatfield McCoy Museum 7 months ago. 9 days ago for Hillbilly Files. 7 months ago for Sheila and I. 7 months we done that video. That's the video that we even put in there. So this would be a good place for other YouTubers to come. Some information here people would like to see. We just didn't have time for it, or it didn't fit in with our Hatfield McCoy stuff.
Yeah.
But he didn't say that, or he didn't have to say that. We didn't do it for recognition like that. But don't say that you're the only one seen it, or some stuff here that you found 7 months ago. We got 525 views. Polly Hatfield was would have been my great aunt. She was the sister to Nancy Hatfield, Preacher and Polly Hatfield's daughter, Preacher Ants.
Yeah.
And guys, this is my pet peeve. We're done with the video.
Yep.
This is going to finish this video.
Okay.
Hope it's been enlightening to you. But I got upset over this when it first came out. I seen a toenail, and the toenail said, "Aunt Betty and Uriah McCoy's house and graves in Stringtown, Kentucky." And it's got these 2 pictures here, McCoy and 2 pictures. Now, we made a video on it, and after we made the video, people got rude on it. They said, "Ah, it ain't that big a deal." Well, they said that they knew that it wasn't, that they knew what they was talking about. They didn't put it there trying to fool people and thinking it was Uriah and Aunt Betty. So Sheila and I took a stack of $20 bills, and we went to Lexington, Nicholasville, and Danville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And we went to Goodwills. We went to anywhere where people was coming out of, and I'd hold up a $20 bill, and we held this paper out there in the parking lot, Sheila and I did, and people would walk by and we'd say, "Hey," and we'd hold up a $20 bill. And I'd say, "Would you take $20 and give us 2 minutes of your time for a video?" And 99% of them done it. And they said, what do I have to do? And I say, just look at a picture and tell me your thoughts. And I would give them the $20 bill, and I would show them the picture, which was something like this. We had it blown up.
Right.
But it was of Hillbilly Files' toenail, and it said Aunt Betty and Uriah, the house and graves. And we asked them. They said, well, what do you want? We'd say, well, look at that picture and give us your thoughts. What do you think the picture means? And they said, well, it's Aunt Betty and Uriah, and it's talking about their home and their graves and the Hatfield McCoy feud. 99.9%. We didn't have nobody. Some people would just say it's about Uriah and Aunt Betty McCoy. They wouldn't point at the pictures. 99% of the time they would point at the picture and say Uriah and Aunt Betty and talk about their graves and their... Guys, and that's upsetting to me, because Sheila and I, we done this video here, Misleading. This has got 37,000 views on it. Hillbilly Files at that time had 37,000 views. We have got 800 views, and there was our toenail, misleading photo with rant. Because I definitely got on a rant. And the reason I got on a rant is that's my great-great-grandparents. That's my great-great-grand. That's Aunt Betty. Took Rosanna in, raised Rosanna, a good Christian woman. In fact, Rosanna named her baby Sarah Elizabeth. Sarah after her mother, and Elizabeth after Aunt Betty. Her name was Elizabeth Rutherford. And she married Uriah McCoy. Uriah McCoy's the one that served with Randall McCoy in the 45th and was shot during the Civil War when Devil Anse deserted and was taken prisoner of war. He got healed up and spent 2 years in prisoner of war camp before the war was over. And that's why I get upset at these people with these videos. We didn't go looking. Somebody called us last night and said, you see this video? Yeah. You might want to watch it. Yeah. Because they had seen the video where Agnes was on the phone with us. They had seen the video of Frank Phillips. They had seen the video of all these places and things. And all of a sudden they've come up with 3 or 4 videos in the last 2 or 3 days that we've done stories on. Julius Scott Cemetery. And they act like nobody else is. They just run up on it, or they just found it. And we know that's not true. And then they get on there and they say, you've got to get out and look. Had they not said that, I wouldn't even be making a video. Had Leo not said, you've got to get away from that computer. You ain't going to find this on the computer. You got to get out here and look for it. Yeah, behind the desk. We've been out 9 months before him. We've been out a year before him on these videos. Yeah. And he didn't know where these places was until he seen our video to go find it. We didn't know where they was until other people tells us. We're not acting like we're some kind of big famous Sherlock Holmes. Nope. We're not. People tells us. That's right. But I don't see the sense in having to put us down to make yourself look good. And you didn't. In the end, you made yourself look worse, because anybody that looks at this video and looks at these papers and looks at the time limit and our videos, or goes to our channel and watches these videos, if you've not seen none of our videos that Leo's done, go watch them and look at the similarities. Look, only ours was for real. We didn't know where we was at and that we was actually going to find it. We did run up on it. Long enough, babe. I don't know. Get over here in the light where I can see you. Goodness sakes, I'm in the dark. We've got a transformer or something going out over there. Our doodads are going out. That light comes and goes, but
yeah, it's okay though. We'll get it fixed.
It hurt your feelings, didn't it?
Yes. To be honest, it kind of did, because we've been out to different graveyards. We went to different places and showed y'all the videos, and like you said, of us going down the road and the mountainside, and Fred and us climbing up these mountains out of breath.
And we always show people where they're at. Yeah. So they can go, it's no secret to nobody. We're not going to keep a secret. Here's the cemeteries. Right. Unless there's a couple that's asked us not to expose, that they're private and he don't want nobody around his house. Exactly. And we know that the graves are there and who they are, but out of respect for, and it's all in how this gentleman asked us. He made other people take their video down. He told us we could leave our video up, just don't point it toward his house. And we did exactly that.
We did what he asked.
The other people took their video down and then made a comment that you're going to get in trouble and all this and that. And no, it's all in how you treat people. But I don't know. Guys, we was treated unjustly here by Mr. Leo. And Leo, you have nothing to worry about. I don't think we're ever going to get 46,000 subscribers. I don't think we're ever going to get all these views that you guys get. We're not hurting you.
I'm glad they're doing good.
And as long as you cover the history straight, but even in this video here, saying that they took the guys to West Virginia and locked them up, saying that they charged the Mayhorns with killing Alifair. See, that's just spoken in the history. That just confuses people more. You know it does. Go ahead and smile. You know it does. Here's just one more, guys, and then Sheila's going to show some clips of some of the places that we were at and what we discovered. Just 2 months ago, the Hillbilly Files done a story on Frank Waller at the Deal Cemetery there in Pikeville, enslaved entrepreneur, finding the Waller family. 2 months ago, here's our story. Frank Waller, 6 months ago, Hatfield McCoy Museum. 6 months ago, Sheila and I did a story on Frank Waller and his family.
Yep, I remember doing that.
Got one more paper she's going to post at the end. Rather than trying to explain it, you can pause your TV and read it. It may give you a better understanding, but from here on, we're just going to post 5 or 6 clips of movies, of places that we've been.
Okay. And
you'll see us at these locations that Leo has done videos on in the past couple of days or weeks. And we've done them years, 9 months to over a year ago. Okay. Come over here.
Okay. Now we're uphill, guys.
Here's some of the numbers and what they're related to and where they're at. What we're going to be talking about today is number 38 and number 37.
Okay.
Frank Waller and Alveda. Cemetery almost run out of gas, run all over the place. They got some kind of four-wheeler convention or something. I don't know if it's like this all the time or not. If it is, West Virginia is sitting on a gold mine because there's enough people in here on these four-wheelers to... Anyway, bottom line is we are now at the Steel Cemetery on, what's this called, Fountain Road?
Foundation Road.
Foundation Road, and it's directly behind the Beach Creek Fire Department. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
We are both out of breath.
Yes.
Show them where we're at, baby. Show them down there at the road.
Yeah, I know. That's a long way down, y'all.
Straight down.
Yeah.
We're on a hill, straight up.
Yep.
Years ago, Goldie, place, which is below us, she was telling Sheila, go ahead Sheila, about that.
She was telling us about Sissy being buried up here. She was the owner of Goldie's hardware store. Sissy was her nickname, you could say.
Eliza.
Because her name was Eliza.
Straight up. Well, it is. But daggone if they ain't a cemetery up here.
Exactly.
But the only ones we're going to show you, because there's other people buried here, but this is Eliza. This is Sissy's monument. Here, baby. Don't fall down that hill. If you get going, no way I can catch you.
I'm prone to the moss.
She's going to show you Sissy's one more time.
Yeah.
And then we're going to walk down here and show you 1966.
Wow.
And born in 1878. So she was born about...
Guys, please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you all. It's been a good day. the bury the hatchet video we did. We called it Peace Treaty. And a good man, and we just felt with the history that Liberty had to Jim McCoy, and with him dying here, what better place for us to move our museum rather than going back to Pike County. We like it down in this area, and so this is where we're at now. And that's how we...
Guys, here is Frank Phillips Jr. As you can see. There we go.
1 year ago.
There it is. And on this...
On a quest. Many years ago we done this, but we're doing it. We're in Frankfort, Kentucky. And we are going to attempt to show you the grave site, the parking lot, for Valentine Wall, Uncle Wall. Timbers, those timbers are holding that up. These here are called breaks of coal. You would leave a break on each side, hold the mountain up, then when you got ready to leave, you'd... one of our several stops that we've made, and got to make, and you can see the tombstone there.
Yeah.
Julius W. Scott and Polly H. Scott. Polly Hatfield. Polly Hatfield. Julius married one of Preacher Aunt's daughters. Preacher Aunt Hatfield's daughters.
Okay.
Polly was the sister to my great-grandmother, Nancy. Nancy and Polly were sisters.
Cool.
Both daughters of Preacher Aunts and Polly Hatfield, named after her mother, Polly. We are at the Julius Scott. This is his cemetery. Beautiful, beautiful cemetery. Guys, I know there's other YouTubers out there that does videos. This would be a great cemetery for you to visit because there's history here. This is what we came for this. These two right here, Julius and Polly.
Right.
Would have been my great.
What if I didn't throw down the window, you crazy?
What do you didn't jump up? Look at it pretty.
Oh, isn't it pretty? It's gorgeous. There you go.
On the right, now there's the Mahon Kennedy. Where Agnes went to school at when she was a little girl. And that monument right there at the Steel Cemetery. Okay. All right, do your thing.
Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry the video is so long though. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.